Mi amigos. I can't forget my ladies too. Hello ladies, Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Welcome to my kitchen. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. I put the call out there a while back for help in producing or coming up with a nice mango barbecue sauce. And a lovely lady down in the St. Croix, US Virgin Islands, Crucian Contessa. Here is your recipe. I tweaked it a little bit. I didn't want to play around with it too much. But this here, guys, Mango Honey Mustard BBQ sauce. You're absolutely going to love it. Not just for barbecuing, but also for dipping meats and stuff like that in there. Ooh, and there's so many ways you can personalize this. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com, as I said. Above, click subscribe. Below, leave me your questions, comments, concerns. And do remember to give the video the thumbs up. Haters, don't give the video the thumbs down. Move on, move on. You know what I mean? Chris here, let's get cracking, guys. I know you're probably thinking, wow, that's a lot of ingredients there. Now, if you have a hard time following along as far as the ingredients are concerned, go to CaribbeanPot.com and on the very top you're going to see contact. Click on contact and you'll be able to send me an email request for all the ingredients that you're seeing here. And I'll respond with that for you guys. So here we go. Let's see how quickly we can run through this. I've got a tablespoon of molasses, half a cup of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup of good mango juice, your favorite mango juice, whatever it is, feel free to use that. I'm going to add some smoky depth to this with some paprika, about a teaspoon of that. If you got chipotle peppers or you want to use some chili powder to get that smoky aspect of things, you can certainly go ahead and do that. Just a little pinch of allspice, the juice of 1 lime, a 1/4 cup of golden brown sugar. That's a light golden brown sugar. I've got 3/4 teaspoon of sea salt here. At the end we'll adjust that. We may need to add some more depending on your tolerance for salt. Back here I've got 3 green onions. You may call it scallions or spring onions. I've got 3 of them that I chopped up very finely here. Here I've got 3 sprigs or 3 leaves of cilantro or shadow benny, as we call it down in the Southern Caribbean. If you're looking for it in North America, check your Asian and as well as your West Indian market or the Latino markets. They may have it. It will be called cilantro or shadow benny. If you can't get that, use about 3 tablespoons of cilantro. Seasoning peppers. These are called seasoning peppers, or further down south on the islands we call them pimento peppers. I've got 3 of them there. A lot of flavor, no real heat to that. Some freshly ground ginger. I'm going to grate in about a tablespoon of that ginger in there. Half of a Scotch bonnet pepper, no seeds because I don't want the heat, but I want a little bit of kick and mostly flavor. Here I've got 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. It's got some thickness to it there. It's not fine ground, it's sort of coarse ground. It's going to release a lot of heat, a lot of flavor and depth as we slowly cook this. Some Dijon mustard. I've got a 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard here. And back here, the star of the show, I've got 2 cups. Woo! I had to sample it before I used it. 2 cups of ripe mango that I chopped up nice and small there. Here I've got some stone ground mustard, and that's about 2 tablespoons of that stone ground mustard. Honey, 1/4 cup of honey, and this is some nice organic honey I got down from the Caribbean. Don't ask me how, because I can't really tell you guys how I got that, but hey, I've been blessed. And I've got here some Worcestershire sauce, however you pronounce that. I'm going to need about a tablespoon of that. We'll also need about a tablespoon of butter. Something to sort of cook down some of the more rough ingredients before we get going. Additionally, if I forgot anything, guys, you know I will fill you in as we go along. I do realize it's a lot of ingredients, so let's get cracking. In my pot here, I've got that butter on a medium low heat. And what I'm going to do first is, as this butter starts to melt here, I don't want the butter to separate or break down. So all we're going to do is add in the green onions in there, the cilantro or shadow benny, the black pepper, the Scotch bonnet pepper, and the diced up seasoning pepper or pimento peppers, as we call them down in the Southern Caribbean. Just going to give that a quick stir I'm going to turn my heat down to low because I really want this to sweat down a little bit, start releasing those flavors and soften up. I'm already getting a wonderful kick from the seasoning pepper and the black pepper and everything else. It's starting to smell wicked in here already, to be honest with you. I'm going to grate in that ginger now because the whole idea here is to really enhance all those wonderful flavors in here. So I'm just going to grate in my ginger directly into the pot here because I really want that to sort of cook down a little bit to release some of that sweetness, some of that earthy goodness. And there it is, all that ginger is going in there. At the same time, I'm going to hit him with that dash of allspice, just a little pinch, nothing too spectacular. And in goes the paprika as well. Remember, we're building a sort of a base here to really have a wonderful flavor base for the entire barbecue sauce. I'm just going to let that sweat down now for about a minute, and then we're going to build some more. Now it's just a matter of putting everything else into the pot here now. So first up, I'm going to throw in all that cubed up mango. And remember, it's got to be a nice ripe mango because you want that sweetness and you want the sort of texture and everything else from this mango. Your kitchen should already start smelling wicked with that Caribbean kind of vibe to it with all these lovely ingredients. In goes that mango juice, the apple cider vinegar. Let's give that a quick stir. The brown sugar, salt, and I've got my limes here. I'm just going to squeeze in the juice of this lime in here. And if you want to add more lime juice, you can certainly do that. This is going to help balance it off. That sort of acid and sweet and tangy and everything else is going to be nice and lovely. In goes the first batch. Ooh, I got me a piece of mango trapped in my whisk. I'm just going to use my finger. Just going to cook down. The first batch of mustard in there. In goes the next batch of mustard. Give that a quick stir. I really want to get all that mustard in there. Turn up your heat to medium now because we need to bring this up to a boil. Just going to keep stirring this for a second. Then in goes that lovely dark molasses. There's so many traditional Caribbean-based ingredients we're using in here. The brown sugar, the mango juice, the molasses. And if you guys don't know, molasses is a byproduct or one of the end results of making sugarcane sugar. I've got that honey, and this, like I said, this honey is a nice organic honey I got from down in the Caribbean. The seasoning peppers, the Scotch bonnet pepper, there, you know, this is so much a unique Caribbean barbecue sauce here, guys. You're absolutely gonna love this one here. I'm just gonna stir that around, bring that up to a boil, and then we're gonna let that gently simmer and break down. It's important for all of this to break down into a nice, thick, yummy barbecue dipping, hey, whatever kind of sauce you want to call this. It's gonna be wicked. Kind of forgot to hit him with that Worcestershire sauce. I'm just gonna hit him with that. And just for good measure, I'm going to give him a little bit, maybe about a tablespoon or so, of just plain old distilled white vinegar. Trust me, that little sip you saw going in there, it's going to make a big difference. So again, the whole idea is to bring this up to a boil now. It's come up to a boil now, so what I did was I'm going to reduce my heat all the way down to low. Put my lid on there and let that gently simmer. Actually, I'm going to leave a little crack there. Let my boy breathe a little bit. And let him simmer for about 20-25 minutes or so. It's been going now for about 25 minutes, and I'll show you guys the texture. It's getting nice and chunky. All that mango is breaking down. Now here's the thing. You can continue cooking this until it gets to the consistency that you like. But what I like doing and what I have played around with doing is remember one thing too, guys. Every 4 or 5 minutes, give it a quick stir because you're dealing with a lot of sugars in here, so it may tend to stick to the bottom of the pan. What I like doing is getting my little hand blender here and just pulsing it until it's nice and smooth. I'm just going to go ahead and pulse that for about 30 seconds. Now here's the thing about pulsing this. If you overwork it, you will get a frothy sort of sauce. Barbecue sauce, you don't want that. So just try and get all those big chunky pieces of mango all worked down, and that should be pretty much it there. I've got me a lovely thick, somewhat smooth, a little bit, I'm gonna say it's thick, honey, mango, mustard, barbecue sauce. My girl, Crucian Contessa, thanks so much for sharing this recipe with me and for sharing it with us. Remember guys, taste for salt at this point as well too. As this cools down, it will get more and more thick. If you're jarring this as a preserve, while it's hot, you want to do it like that. Remaining sauce you have left back, store it in the fridge. It's going to be good in the fridge there for a few weeks. And remember, if you want to add a smoky element to this, add some chili powder in there, that chipotle pepper. Hey, it's all kind of lovely things you can do with this mango, mustard, honey. Hey, mix it up any way you want, you know. Sauce, this barbecue sauce, but today I'm not going to use it as a barbecue sauce. I'm going to use it to dip some wicked chicken strips I'm going to make in a few minutes. I'll show you guys. Hold tight. So here we go guys, the barbecue sauce is surrounded with some nice loving from these chicken strips that I've just made here. In a few days I'll show you guys how to make this chicken strips here, but I do hope you guys give this mango honey mustard barbecue sauce a try. It's great for dipping chicken strips, as I said, but also great on the grill when you guys grilling your chicken and your pork. Hey, brush it on there, man, the last 5 minutes and you'll be amazed. Special thanks for the help with this recipe, Crucian Contessa. Lovely, lovely sauce. I mean, I tweaked it up a little bit, but I tried to keep it as original. Guys, you guys should check her out at CrucianContessa.com. Lovely recipes there as well. ChrisHereCaribbeanPot.com. Do give this mango honey mustard sauce a try. You're gonna love it.